I saw Glass Onion last night. Real quick, I can talk about some movie shit. I really liked it. So, sequel to Knives Out. Thought Knives Out was pretty good. Really liked that one. Glass Onion is. I didn't think it was as good, but I still thought it was pretty good. um, One thing I will say is, boy, it is such a pleasure to watch Daniel Craig as Benoit Blanc. Benoit, right? So he's so fucking good. He's so charming. It's so nice to see him. I could watch 10 movies of him just doing his shit. I really enjoy him as that character. Yeah, I give me more of him. He's got that fucking southern charm. He's like quirky, but he's smart and he's likable and like I don't know. You fall in love with him as a character. I'm really glad that he's like an original recurring like movie character. He's not based off like a book or any anything from before. Um it's yeah, it's an original movie dude. I don't know. It's cool, man. So that was really nice. The cinematography, production design, costume design, all of that was absolutely beautiful about this movie. I actually will say I think that's probably one thing that is a step up from Knives Out. Uh, Not that Knives Out had bad production design or bad costumes. I think it was just a little less noticeable, except for maybe the actual like chair with the knives in it. It's just not something I really remember much of. But this one takes place on a Greek island. Everybody's on vacation. They got their swimsuits on, their dresses and stuff, and the fucking inside of this like billionaire dude's house, so good, such good production design. It was absolutely beautiful to look at, and the night scene time scene with all the fucking where it goes black and the lights going around, that was really cool, man. And the actual structure of the Glass Onion. Sorry, okay, I should mention. Um, I'm probably just gonna talk about spoilers. I don't know. I'll try not to. That's not helpful for this movie. People are like, okay, is it gonna spoil it? And I'm like, I don't know, man. We'll see. Okay, I'm gonna avoid it right now, because maybe I want to clip this up later and make a YouTube video. I heard that's what you got to do to, succeed in this business. So so how about I talk about it non spoilers right now, and then for the sake of like you know growing an audience, having people watch my video, if I clip this, then or make a video of it, then I can talk about spoilers later. That way, people can click away. So no spoilers right now. Uh, I think maybe I liked the cast from the first one overall a little bit more. I found them a little bit more charming, I think. This cast is still pretty like they're memorable characters. They all have their little quirks, their things. And all the actors fill their roles so well. I don't even there's not like a weak link in the bunch. There's maybe characters that are a little less interesting than others, but yeah, no, I mean, besides Daniel Craig, obviously, I think the main people that other people are talking about are definitely Janelle Monáe. She's essentially the Ana de Armas of this movie. So, but I will say she's got a little bit more to play with in her character than Ana de Armas. Because like in the first movie, once you get to know her character, she is like a fun person to follow, and you do really like her. But she is kind of just like what you get in the movie. Whereas I feel like Janelle Monáe in this film, she has some more layers to her. So that's really cool. And then Edward Norton, so good. But honestly, fucking what's her name? Kate Hudson, dude. Kate Hudson and Dave Bautista, also just so good. I love seeing. I don't know if I've ever seen a Kate Hudson in a movie before, but she was really good. I'll have to check her out in more shit. Dave Bautista is always a pleasure. I am so excited to see that fucking M Night Shyamalan movie, where the trailer was before this one, and it's called Knock at the Cabin. That's not what I'm talking about right now, but it just looked cool, and I'm excited to see him in it because I love that guy. He's great. He's also great in Guardians of the Galaxy, and he's got that scene in Spectre and the other one scene in Blade Runner. He's just cool. I'm just naming movies that he's in. That's my review of Glass Onion. Man, what the fuck else happened? The mystery's pretty good. I will say, actually, okay. So the first Knives Out, I feel like past like, if I'm thinking back to my like original experience, like watching the film, there was like, the whole movie is like very thrilling. The first one I'm talking about. The first movie is like really thrilling and it like keeps you on your toes and stuff. But there was only really like one reveal that happens in the film where I was like, oh fuck, you know. And that's like the first big reveal where I mean, can I spoil Knives Out? I'll spoil Knives Out. Okay, if you haven't seen Knives Out, go fucking watch it and then come back and blah, blah, whatever, you know. So when it's revealed that like Ana de Armas actually did kill the old man in the first movie, that was actually shocking to me when I was watching the film. But then as you learn the, you know, go through or whatever, you know, the idea that Ransom or Chris Evans killed him, or like he had the whole plan or whatever, that wasn't super shocking to me, even though I still thought the movie was like super fun or whatever. The point I'm getting to is that the mystery here was a little bit more of a mystery for me. Whereas the first one was like super fun, characters super likable, you know, all this other stuff. This one actually had more of a mystery, more of a mystery, at least for me to dig into, because it was definitely ahead of me the whole time. I didn't pick up on any of the clues. I don't think most people did though, so I don't feel that stupid. But yeah, this is definitely one where it's like, man, once I rewatch it, I'm gonna be like, whoa, that's so cool, like, whoa, you know. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people are gonna be feeling that way. But yeah, fucking, what else do I have to say about this movie? Glass Onion. Pretty solid, man. It's pretty good. Maybe I liked it. Nah, I still like the first one more. But I do really like this movie. I don't think it's bad. I think it's great. That's it, baby. All right, we can talk about spoilers now. Man, wasn't that shit crazy? Yeah, get out if you haven't seen the movie. But like, fuck, man, Janelle Monáe, like, I'm just gonna say shit that happened, and I'm just gonna be like, that's crazy. All right, so this is gonna be my spoiler review. Yeah, it was like her sister the whole time, and it was twins, and she was dead, and that's crazy, man. And no, when actually, okay, so one thing I really liked was like how the first movie, it like went back and it like recontextualizes shit. This movie, I like how it did that, but like even more, you know. Like half the first half of the film fucking happens, and I'm gonna be honest. Okay, so rewinding real quick. As I'm watching, like, I want to say like the first hour of the film, like nobody dies, right? Maybe a little less than an hour, but I will say good portion of the film, nobody dies. And I thought the twist was going to be, as I'm watching, I'm like, oh, okay, it's going to be a murder mystery where nobody gets murdered, but they're going to try and they have this feeling like somebody's going to be murdered. and they're going to be trying to figure out who the murderer is, even though there's not an actual body. Like, that was the vibe I was getting. I was like, cool, like, what a fun twist on this premise, is like nobody actually gets killed, they're just thinking somebody's going to get killed. And like Benoit Blanc is like, maybe he's so paranoid, or something, you could have like COVID and that, all the not trusting people stuff like play into it or whatever, and it's a commentary. So I thought that was going to be like kind of the idea, but then somebody does die, and it's really fun. I like it. And yeah, and then the actual mystery starts. Although, I mean, it had been setting it up the whole time. But that was my initial expectation. Another expectation I had going into the film was, I saw that Ethan Hawke was in the cast list, and I I didn't see him in any of the trailers. Although I think I maybe saw the trailers like once or twice. I tried to avoid them for this movie because, I mean, it's a mystery. I don't fucking want to see anything. I already know I'm gonna watch it. It's the sequel to the first movie, which I really liked. But yeah, I didn't see him in like anything, and so it's like, oh, okay, he's probably gonna be the dude that dies, and then they're gonna be solving his murder. That's why he's not, like, I don't see him anywhere. But he just shows up for like 5 seconds in the beginning, and that was so confusing. Why did he do that? I'm just really interested. I don't know. Maybe he just like maybe him and Rian Johnson just like are like buddies. And Rian Johnson's like, hey man, like, do you wanna, I don't know, you wanna come on set for a day? That would make sense. Speaking of Rian Johnson, dude, I think it's so fun that he just like listens to music, and he just like likes a lot of music, and he just like puts it in his movies. And it's it's very clear, like, he's kind of like maybe like a Tarantino or something like that, where he just, there's so much fucking old music that he likes, and it's all like, it could all be put on the same playlist, like, it's none of it's too different from each other, but like but he just likes to fucking make his movies soundtracks just like shit he listens to at home. I think that's so fun. And he'll even like like structure, I wonder, it wouldn't surprise me if I learned that like Rian Johnson has like a list of songs that he like wants to use in a movie, and like part of him, maybe not like the entire plot, but like he structures a lot of plot points around songs. That wouldn't be surprising, because like Rian Johnson, he strikes me as one of those like writers who he challenges himself in ways of like, okay, I want this song in my next movie, and I want it to play a key or have a part in an important plot point or something like that. I think my next movie should have a chessboard, and I think that chessboard should be very integral to the plot. And so he just gives himself these like little challenges. I am basing this off nothing. He just strikes me as the type of fella, and I've watched like one interview of him, so like it's just, I don't know, it's just a vibe. But that's just, I don't know, it's kind of the feeling I get. But okay, what else did I think of this film? I think that was most of my thoughts on the movie. It was very good. Oh, you know what? I think I laughed more at this movie. I think it was like, so I found the first one overall more charming. And there were a couple of like really, really funny, hilarious moments. So this, the two I can think of from the first movie are when, I think it's Michael Shannon. It's like, it's such a throwaway fucking thing where he goes like, I will not eat one iota of shit. And I love that. That's good. And then obviously the final shot of the first film, I'm pretty sure like the impression most people walked away from that movie with is like, when it ends on that shot with her in the mug and fucking Sweet Virginia by the Rolling Stones plays, and you're just like, you're left feeling pretty good, you know? Like, it's just yeah, like, you know, people walk away with such a good feeling. That this movie doesn't have that kind of ending. Little disappointed by that. I'm like, I'm ready for a fucking just a clever final shot, but I don't know, it's all right. But yeah. So, but I will say there were more like jokes throughout this one that I just found very humorous. I don't know if I think of anything else, I'll say it. But those are pretty much my thoughts on Glass Onion. So I killed like, hey, that's like 15 minutes. If I had to give it a, should I do star ratings? If I were to like review movies more regularly? I don't do it on Letterboxd, but I'm wondering if I should do it because people like ratings. I'm just trying to be appealing to the general audience. I want everybody to like me and watch me. So if people want ratings, I'll give them ratings. I give Glass Onion 4 stars out of 5. That's 8 out of 10. It feels fair. Feeling pretty good about that. It's solid. It's a solid movie. Maybe 3.5. No, 4. We'll keep it at 4. Dude, I like Rian Johnson. I like that shit. I want him to write more of these movies, man. Like, if he just wants to like keep just like writing all these wacky fun roles for all these really cool actors, that sounds good to me, you know. I'm down for that. I want to do that. That sounds awesome. That's, you know, I think about that a lot. Like just being handed like a cast. Like somebody hands me a cast of like 5 or 6 like really great actors. So I don't have to like worry about like whether they can act well or not. They're just like, hey, these are great actors. Write them all roles. And I think it would be like really cool to like if I know if I'm familiar with their work, like be able to like identify their strengths and like, or maybe like find things like, oh, okay, this actor's never done this before and I want to write them doing that. Or if I'm not familiar with them, but they have like work I can look at, then be it like, you know, study them and, you know, all this other stuff. I think that would be so fun. It'd just be like handed a bunch of fucking actors and for me to like just have to like write a script and to, you know, utilize all their strengths and their little quirks and, you know, stuff like that. So I think that'd be really fun. I think, you know, murder mystery is kind of the perfect way to do that. You know what I was thinking? Okay, I was talking about fucking I brought up Tarantino earlier. I was talking about how the I was kind of expecting this movie to not have a murder the whole time, or for like the first half of the film is like, oh, okay, there's not gonna be a murder, but they're gonna think that's kind of the plot of The Hateful Eight, right? like they get to the place and nobody's been killed and nobody gets killed for like a little while, but like somebody thinks that somebody's gonna get killed. Somebody should make a movie where they just commit to that the whole time. Where it's like the whole time it's a murder mystery where nobody gets killed. Except maybe at the very end. Like somebody gets killed for being too paranoid. Something like that. Or not being paranoid enough. I don't know. Maybe you could make it, like I was saying, a commentary on like paranoia, groupthink. Like people start to really there's a movie out there for that. There has to be